Yeah. So we are starting our chapter 2. We're just doing our revision of chapter 2. So chapter 2, what were the acronyms? Can we go through the acronyms of chapter 2? Gita. So what is the name of the chapter?
Contents of the Gita summarized.
So contents of Gita summarized, and chapter's acronym is also Gita, isn't it? Very easy to remember. So G stands for surrender to Guru. I stands for identity.
And T stands for two dharmas.
T stands for two dharmas. What are the two dharmas?
Swadharma and Nitya Dharma. Swadharma is conditional dharma and Nitya Dharma is constitutional.
Yes, and A stands for
Atmaram.
Atmaram.
Somebody who has attained samadhi.
Yes, Sthita Pragya, or somebody who has attained samadhi. Now we
सब मिलकर कर रहे हैं तो शेयर करो बेटा, उसको भी रिवाइज हो जाएगा अगर वो पढ़ेगा तो तुम शेयर करो ऐसे.
So we had done 2.1 last time, and we were on 2.2. So 2.2, let's just go through once. What is 2.2 shloka? Can you read the shloka in Sanskrit?
2.2.
Yes.
2.2. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Kutasva Kashmaram Edam Visham Samupasasam Anayajasam Swargyam Akriti Karma.
Yeah, so the first 2.1, as we pointed out, was spoken by Sanjay, right? 2.1, the beginning of chapter 2 was spoken by Sanjay, and Sanjay is saying that to Dhritarashtra. Sanjay is the secretary of Dhritarashtra, and he's saying that seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudan, Krishna spoke the following words. So now Dhritarashtra at this point, after listening to Sanjaya, is feeling very happy. He's thinking that Arjun is not going to fight the battle, right? Dhritarashtra
is thinking that
Arjun will not fight the battle, and the entire kingdom will now belong to his sons, Duryodhan and his party. Okay, but in right, so Sanjay is he's trying to say that no, don't worry, Krishna is beside Arjun and he will remove all his doubts, and eventually Arjun will fight the battle. Okay, now when Dhritarashtra is thinking that Arjun will not fight because he's left his Gandiva, right? He's saying in the last of the first chapter, he said, I am not going to fight, and he leaves his bow, right? Now in 2.2, we spoke last class that this is a very important, very potent shloka, because this shloka is spoken by Krishna himself for the first time in Bhagavad Gita. So it is a very potent shloka, and Krishna has been quiet all this while. All the 42 shlokas that were spoken by Arjun, only Arjun was speaking in the first chapter. Krishna did not speak a single word, but now Krishna is speaking. So Krishna is the best counselor that one can have. We also spoke about the qualities of a counselor. Counselor has to be a great listener, okay, and very he should have empathy for the other person, right? So here in 2.2, as we read the translation, Krishna is saying, from where are you getting all these impurities? Kuta Kashmalam. Kuta means from where. Kashmalam means where are you getting this dirtiness, this impurities in your heart, in your mind, right? And we also spoke at length about Arya. Yes, what is a Arya? Who's an Arya? We spoke about Arya. We said that Arya is somebody who knows the real value of life. One who practices culture based on spiritual civilization. Right?
Who practices culture
Through spiritual civilization. Basically, somebody who knows the value of this human life is called an Arya. But how do you know whether you are Arya or not? Because you need to know what is your goal of life. Your goal of life is to do two duties. One is your Swadharma and your Nitya Dharma. You are a student, you should know what your duties are, and as your constitutional duty also you should know. So Arya is a person who knows his value of his life, what he has to do, what is the right thing to do according to the spiritual injunctions. Okay, so here Krishna is calling Arjun what? Anarya, isn't it? Anarya. Anarya means somebody who doesn't know. When you add a to a Sanskrit word, before a word you put an that means you are not doing it. It's the opposite of doing something. So Arya means somebody who knows the real value of life. Anarya means somebody who doesn't know the value of life. Somebody who's idling his human life uselessly, right? And then we had spoken about that story of a rich friend and a poor friend. The rich friend had given a very costly gift to the poor friend, but the poor friend didn't know how to use it. Similarly, the material nature and Krishna has given us this very rare gift. It comes after 84 lakh species of life. We have got this rare gift, but if we don't know how to use it, then we are miserly. This is what Krishna says. This is what Prabhupada says in his purport, that if we don't know how to use our life in a right way and we waste our life, then we attain other bodies. We don't attain this human body. Like the friend is not going to give him Mercedes anymore because he used the Mercedes as a tractor. So even material nature will not give us this beautiful body where we can actually attain Krishna. It will give us an animal body or a lower species body. Is that clear? So Krishna is saying two things, that if you don't do your material duty well, you will be a Anarya, and he also says you will attain a Swargam. Swargam means what? Heavenly planet. And a Swargam means not get that higher destination. You will not get that higher destination. And he also uses another word with which is Akirti. Akirti means you will get infamy. Infamy means you will be not famous. You will get a bad name.
You will be famous for a bad thing.
Yes, for a notorious activity, that is called infamy. But when you are famous, then you are famous for good things. Right? So what are the three things Krishna is saying in this particular shloka? That you are behaving like a Anarya, somebody who doesn't know the real value of life, who's idling away his life, wasting his life. And then what do you get? You get material bondage out of this life if you don't use it in the right way. Number two, Krishna is saying you will get a Swargam, that you will not get a higher destination. You will not go to better planetary systems.
The first point is that you are an
Yes,
Arya,
an Arya,
and
not an Arya. Then second one is you will not attain Swarga.
You will not attain Swarga, and the third is that you will
Akirti, you will get infamy.
Infamous.
Yes. So write these 3 points, you can write. So another very important point in this shloka is, whom did we read that who's speaking the shloka?
Krishna.
So a person is speaking, or some energy, some light is speaking? Person. And the person's name is Krishna. So a person is speaking, and he's the absolute truth, right? He is complete whole, and absolute truth is described in 3 forms. Okay, there is Brahman, there is Paramatma, and there is Bhagavan. I can give you with an example. I would like to explain this. Basically, Brahman is something which is just like an effulgence. Okay, so Krishna's body emits effulgence. If you remember that little pastime where Krishna used to steal butter, isn't it? And those days electricity wasn't invented, right? So the rooms were dark where the butter was hidden by Mother Yashoda and other gopis. But when Krishna used to enter that room, which was totally dark, because of his body effulgence, the whole room used to get lit up and Krishna would get caught. He can't help it. His body has this effulgence, right? So for example, Bill Gates, the owner of Microsoft. So he runs this company called Microsoft with laws and policies. His presence is there, but his presence is there through his energy, through the laws and policies through which he's running the entire company. He himself is not present. He's given some laws, he's given the mission statement, the vision statement, okay, in the company. The entire company is running according to the laws that Bill Gates has formed, right? So that is the Brahman realization, where the person is not present but his energy is present. Do you understand this example, or should I expand a little more? You understand? Suppose there's a big businessman or a very rich man, okay, he runs a company through which he gets his income, okay, he runs a very big company. Now when you go to the company, you don't meet him. He doesn't go and he doesn't shake hands with you. He's not present there. But the company is running, no, somehow. So he has told his representatives that this is how you have to run the company.
And then now he's dead.
He's
Not
living,
dead,
he's staying,
dead.
he's living, but he's not present in the company. He's got something better to do.
It's not that he's there with
But he's
everybody.
still getting the money.
Yeah, because the company is running according to his laws and policies that he has set.
The guy who is running the business has hired some
Yes,
Some-
CEOs, managers,
Yes, managers
leaders,
to
yeah,
Like
and
your
he's
run
father-
the company for him.
Like your father has gone to China right now, but still his business is going on. Somebody is there to run his business, so his energies are there. Like that.
got it. Is this clear?
Effulgence.
Yeah, Brahman is actually the effulgence, the energy of Krishna.
Brahman realization.
Yeah, that is through the energies. Okay. The
We
second.
get to know that yes, Krishna is there through light, only light. We are not seeing Krishna as of now.
Like a lot of organizations, they tell you, okay, concentrate on this particular light, okay, and then you will get some realizations. Okay, there are some organizations who talk about Brahman realization. It is a way of also realizing God, partial way of realizing God. Then the second realization of the absolute truth comes from Paramatma realization. Now what is Paramatma realization? So when you go to this company, there are big screens that Bill Gates has put, and sometimes he comes on the screen, he appears on the screen and he talks to his employees. Do this, don't do that. This is how you run this, don't do this. This is not going to fetch us profits. Okay, so he comes on screen. You have these screens.
Jivan's father is a Microsoft.
Yeah, so there are these screens which are positioned in the big offices, these big buildings, and the main person who owns the business motivates, inspires, tells them what to do, tells the employees what to do through this this kind of interaction. Okay, now Krishna also is present in our heart. He is actually the size of our thumb. Okay, so he's also present in an ant's body. Imagine an ant's thumb. It will be so tiny. So Krishna is present in the body of an ant also as Paramatma. He is present in our body also as Paramatma. He is present in everybody's body. Elephant's body, ant's body, Kumbhakaran's body also. Everybody's body, Krishna is present in the heart as Paramatma, where he is giving instructions. Okay, like when Bill Gates comes on the screen, he gives instructions to his employees, to his CEOs, that this is how you need to run the company. Is the example, analogy You are understanding this? Now the third realization is what?
जैसे Brahman realization is effulgence.
Yes, energy also.
हाँ, परमात्मा उसको क्या बोलेंगे?
ओ उसकी जो परमात्मा है वो उस शॉप में है, लेकिन वो किसी तरह उनसे बात कर रहे हैं कि कैसे करना है,
हाँ,
कैसे
उनको इंस्ट्रक्शंस मिल रहे हैं ना, थ्रू स्क्रीन, थ्रू जूम लिंक, थ्रू मीट लिंक, दे आर गेटिंग इंस्ट्रक्शंस, राइट? नाउ द थर्ड property of the absolute truth is Bhagavan realization. Now Bhagavan is basically who has all the opulences. Bhagavan. Bhaga means like
Bill Gates in this analogy.
how will you situate Bill Gates in this analogy?
who has all the opportunities.
Yeah, but I told you, I gave you two examples. I mean, I gave you
Bill Gates is personally coming to India.
Bill Gates is actually not present in the company, he's somewhere else. He's in Switzerland, enjoying with his family. Similarly, Krishna is in Golok Vrindavan, enjoying with his pure devotees. So that is the Bhagavan realization. Okay. So you know Vyasadeva, right? Everybody knows Vyasadeva. Who is Vyasadeva? Anybody knows who he is?
The
He
writer.
wrote all the
Scriptures, right? And who you know his father's name?
Vyas.
Vyasadev's father's name starts with
Sukdev.
P. Starts with P.
Peace start with
Pariksha.
नहीं पता इनको.
Parashar Muni. Parashar Muni. Okay, next time just remember Parashar Muni has given a definition of Bhagavan. Who is a Bhagavan? Like there are so many people who sometimes claim कि ये भगवान है, हमारे गुरु भगवान है, he has Shiva's अंश, he's God. So we should know what is the definition of Bhagavan, so that we can make out that yes, this person is
Who has
Bhagavan,
all the opulences.
who has all the opulences. But we will try to learn the Sanskrit version of Parashar Muni. We'll try to repeat it once. It's very melodious, and if you can learn this, then your the opulences will be on your tips. Krishna's opulences will be on your tips. You want to know the Sanskrit of what is Bhagwan, who is Bhagwan? Repeat after me. Aishwaryasya samagrasya
ऐश्वर्यस्य समाग्रस्य
वीर्यस्य यशसा श्रिया वीर्यस्य यशसा श्रिया ज्ञानवैराग्ययोश्चैव
ज्ञानवैराग्ययोश्च
सन्नाम भग इति गणा. So here Parashar Muni is saying Bhagavan is somebody who possesses six opulences. Now, do you know few of them or all of them? Tell us.
all beautiful, all strong, all wealthy,
Yes.
all renounced,
Hmm.
all beautiful,
All knowledgeable.
all knowledgeable,
All famous.
all famous.
Yes. So Bhaga means opulences. Van means somebody who possesses. Like we say no, Gadivan. Gadivan we say no, Balavan, right? Somebody who possesses lot of bal is called Balavan. Somebody who possesses lot of strength is called Balavan. Somebody who possesses car is called Karvan. I mean Gadivan, right? Isn't it? This is just I'm making it up, right? Okay. So we said the first opulence we said was in the shloka was Aishwaryasya. Aishwaryasya we said Samagrasya. Samagrasya means possesses all. Samagrasya means actually all. Aishwaryasya means actually what? Wealth. All wealth. Okay. So we can think of somebody who has a lot of wealth. Do you know anybody? Bill Gates. Okay.
Steve
Elon
Jobs.
Musk. Have you heard of this? Elon Musk. Yeah.
Anant Ambani.
Anant Ambani, right? And Gauranga. and Chaitanya Priya and Govind. You all possess a lot of wealth, okay? But he possesses all the wealth, like the entire, so many.
यूनिवर्स की wealth पूरी।
इस यूनिवर्स भी नहीं, सभी यूनिवर्सेस,
All the
entire
What is
universes.
this?
ऐश्वर्यस्य. Okay, so he possesses all the wealth. Imagine. So nobody is more wealthier than Krishna, right? And we should have full faith that he has the most wealth, right? And how do we know? We've read that shloka in Brahmasmita, right? Like crores and crores of Lakshmis serve him in
कौन सा
Golok.
श्लोक है वो? पता है? चलो
सत संभ्रम सेव्यमानम
पुरुषं तमहं भजामि।
Last two lines. First कौन से हैं? First two.
लक्ष्मी सहस्त्र सत संभ्रम सेव्यमानम.
Second है क्या?
Hmm.
Second.
So-
Ishwarya Parama Krishna.
Check this out. Okay, check this out. And
Chintamani Prakarashana.
okay, the next word which came, so Aishwaryasya, okay, all wealth. Then we said Viryasya. Veer means what? Viryasya. Virya means
जिसके
strength.
पास वो strength है।
Strength, very good. Strength. So we've seen these WWF, World Wrestling Federation. What is the full form? World Wrestling.
Committee।
I know of WWF,
Federation.
which is World Wrestling Federation. Okay, so when I used to sit and watch these wrestlers, they have to actually carry the weight of their body. Apparently, say I am not 70 kgs, but say I am 70 kgs. I have to carry 70 kgs weight. And have you ever seen a wrestling match? I mean, weightlifting match. They carry it and then their face is totally cringed up, and they really want to throw it and leave it, but somehow they make up to the championship, right? But Krishna is not like that. Krishna does not cringe. There's no sweating happening on his face. Have you seen this in your history book? You have this character called Atlas. Atlas is holding the Earth.
Yes.
Yeah, actually he's holding the heavenly planets, right?
Atlas.
He's holding the heavenly universes।
Yes.
सारी universe को सर पे रखा हुआ है।
Yeah.
शेषनाग।
So it is very difficult for Atlas also to hold the heavenly planets on his back.
Atlas तो एक Greek mythology
Yes.
का character है।
Yes, he's the one, and he had a fight with Zeus, and because he lost, Zeus had asked him to carry the heavenly planets on his back. You can research on that, but the
मतलब जितना मेरे को पता है, he was punished to hold the whole sky on his head.
yes, heavenly planets or sky or earth, whatever it is, but he's not having a good time. His back is aching, his head is also aching because the planet is held between the back and the head. He's not holding it effortlessly. There's a lot of effort that he's putting in, right? So similarly, all these wrestlers, I gave you an example, but when Krishna was holding Govardhan mountain for 7 days and 7 nights, he had a smile on his face, right? And he was holding it as if he's holding a mushroom in his hand, right? How a little baby, if you ask the little baby to hold a mushroom, will he like cringe and will he like put a lot of effort, and it's he won't. It will be so easy for the little baby, right? Similarly, he's holding it like an umbrella. How a little child will hold an umbrella, how a little child will hold a mushroom. And in that, he's having so many exchanges with his devotees, with his pure devotees. And every devotee feels under the umbrella, under the Govardhan, that he is reciprocating with him. He's smiling at him. Krishna is smiling at that particular devotee, feels like that Krishna's glance is only for that particular devotee. So he makes it very beautiful, his interactions are very sweet, and there is no effort. There was a very good pure devotee called Jadu Rani in Srila Prabhupada's time, and she was really taken care of by Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was really guiding her well, and she was very good with art. So Prabhupada obviously must have, they used to read Krishna book every evening. So when Jadurani read about Govardhan Hill and the pastimes of Govardhan Hill, Prabhupada had actually asked her to make this beautiful painting. So she made Krishna with a lot of bulging muscles, triceps and biceps coming out, holding the Govardhan Hill. So when she went to Prabhupada and showed the beautiful painting, it was a piece of art. In the sense, everything was depicted very beautifully. But Prabhupada said, he's just a 7-year-old boy. Which 7-year-old boy will have muscles? He is not a young man also. He's just a little boy, a cowherd boy that also. So make him just like a boy. There's no need for Krishna to have display his muscles, right? So this is how we understand Virya. So we explained Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashasya. Now the next word is Yashasya. All famous, right? And this clearly shows what we are doing today. We are sitting and reading Bhagavad Gita, which was spoken by Krishna 5,116 years ago. Today also we are sitting and reading his book, reading his instructions, understanding what Krishna said to Arjuna, right? So isn't he the most famous? So many people, Alexander the Great, so many people came and went by. History books will keep changing, right? But this will never change.
But along with Krishna, the Yoda we also know, and all
These people have also become, famous because of him. Yes. Because anybody along with Krishna also becomes famous, right? Arjuna has become so famous just because, yeah, because Krishna gives fame to his devotees. He likes to, right? Next is, after Viryasya is Yashasya we did, okay? And then is Shriyasya. So Shriya means all beauty. All beauty. So, there are so many people who are like the most beautiful. There are these pageants called Miss Universe, Mr. Universe. So they are very beautiful, right? They are very beautiful when they are young. But as you grow old, what happens? Wrinkles form. You don't look so beautiful anymore. Like I had read a story about a French actress. She was really, really beautiful. But suddenly one day when she got up, she looked at the mirror and she saw those wrinkles on her face. And
What does Shriyasya mean?
Shriyasya, you tell me what Shriyasya means? All beauty. Okay, Shriya means, it's not Shriyasya, it's Shriya. Shriya. Yeah. Okay. So she found herself not very beautiful suddenly one day. But this does not happen with Krishna. He's ever youthful. Yeah. He looks like a 16-year-old boy, even if he's 125 years old.
He spoke Bhagavad Gita when he was that age.
Yeah. But he doesn't look like an old man with a beard and a walking stick, right?
He can change his form.
No, but this is his original form. When he came on our planet Earth, this is his original form. He looks like this. And he wanted to show us, otherwise how would we know how he looks? You look at the cover of your Bhagavad Gita, this is how he looks. Beautiful. The most beautiful person on earth.
He doesn't look 125.
He doesn't look 125 years old, right? He looks ever youthful.
Mataji, my papa is also 50 years old, but my mama says that you look like 15-year-old small boy.
Yes, because his heart is very pure, no, that is why. So, once what happened, Prabhupada was traveling with one of his devotees, and they were going from one country to the other country, and they were taking flights. So in the flight, there are these air hostesses, right? And one air hostess was really beautiful. That is their job. So this devotee, this disciple of Prabhupada, kept looking at her. He didn't even he didn't even realize that Prabhupada is with him. He kept looking at her. So then Prabhupada was looking at his disciple, and the disciple was looking at the air hostess. So when the air hostess left and was out of sight, then he obviously looked back at Prabhupada, and he saw Prabhupada was looking at him, so he felt a little embarrassed. So Prabhupada said, so if the spark is so beautiful, so how beautiful is the absolute truth? How beautiful is the whole? So Prabhupada said, so if the spark is so beautiful, how beautiful will be the whole? Whole means the complete person. How beautiful, yeah, will he be? Because this is just a spark. Chingari, this is just a spark. Imagine not even the entire whole. So you can imagine how beautiful. You can't even take your eyes away from Krishna. He's that beautiful. That is why the gopis always complain to Brahmaji. They say he's so beautiful, we want to keep on looking at Krishna, and you're such a such a creator, such a faulty creator, that you've made these eyelids which keep on blinking every second. And we can't see him because we have to blink, because that's the nature of our body, and you have created this body. So you're such a faulty creator, you don't know how to create only. So that beautiful Krishna is. Okay? Then what is the next one? Jnana, isn't it?
All knowledgeable.
All knowledgeable. So you've all heard about Einstein? Is he very good looking? No. But he's very attractive. Why? Because he's very intelligent, right? We still study about him. We still read about him. We still watch him, right? Science students follow him. People who want to pursue science in higher studies. Okay, he has come up with so many scientific theories, and he also used to read Bhagavad Gita, right? Yeah. So he is all knowledgeable, but Krishna is speaking Bhagavad Gita, which has not changed for how many years? Nothing has changed in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, 5,516 years, and not a single word has changed in Bhagavad Gita. It's not Bhagavan Vacha Bhagavan. Nothing has changed, right? It is pure knowledge. But experiments we know, theories we know, theorems we know keep changing, right? And the word experiment itself means there can be changes, isn't it? It's not full absolute truth. There can be changes over the years, right? Next, what is it? After Gyan in the shloka is Vairagya.
All renunciated. All renunciated.
So we saw he has so many opulences, so much wealth, okay, so much beauty. Is suppose one single person, if that person has all the wealth of the world, all the beauty of the world, his beauty is not even failing, he's not even getting wrinkles, okay, and what else did we mention? He has all the knowledge of the world. Science, history, social studies, English, Hindi, Sanskrit, all the languages of the world he knows.
6 bugs.
He has six bugs, but I'm saying he has it in full, in all. If somebody, imagine a materialistic person, if that particular person, let's say Elon Musk, suppose he has everything in full, though he doesn't have it, won't he become proud of himself? Don't we see this in the world? If somebody has a little bit of wealth, little bit of beauty, little more knowledge than the others, doesn't he become proud of it? Very proud.
No, a little more scared.
Unless he has the Bhagavad Gita's knowledge, he will become proud. If he has read scriptures, he will not. Like in our scriptures, there are many kings like that. Amrish Maharaj, Janak Maharaj.
Parikshit Maharaj.
Yeah, they are not proud because they are bhaktas, they are devotees. So leave behind the devotees. I didn't speak about the devotees. They are a different class altogether. but I'm talking about materialistic people. If they get wealth, what happens to them?
They will feel greedy.
Yeah.
That I have all the
Yeah.
wealth. I have all
Will they leave all their wealth?
They won't become.
Will they renunciate? Will they say, okay, I will give all my wealth to Govind? Will they say that?
Bharat Maharaj.
They won't. Will they say, okay, today, for example, Bill Gates says, okay, I will give all my wealth to Govind and I will become his driver. Today I will drive Govind's Fortuner. Will he say that? But Krishna did that. What did Krishna do?
He gave all his wealth.
He got kicked by his devotee. He became his chariot driver. Okay? He picked up all the people who all the devotees, all the brahmanas. They are doing this. Yudhishthira Maharaj is doing this Rajya Surya Yajna. He's picking up all the plates of the pure devotees. If they've had their prasadam, he's picking up their plates. Will a wealthy man do that?
No.
Why will he do it?
Because he will be greedy.
Still,
Sorry?
Yudhishthira Maharaj has conquered the whole world. Still, he is doing it.
Yes. Because he's a devotee, He has a different level altogether. I'm just talking about general people. Will they do it? Suppose you have a when Sudama came to Krishna's palace, he was a king of Dwarka, right? And Sudama himself saw how much opulence Krishna has. Each and every queen of Krishna is Lakshmi Devi. It's expansion of Radharani, right? But what was Krishna doing? He was washing Sudama's feet. On the other hand, we see the relationship of Drupad and Dronacharya. What did Drupad say? I am so wealthy, I have nothing to do with a poor friend. I don't even recognize you. And what did Krishna say? He actually ran out of his palace to go and greet his friend Sudama, right? So he actually, whatever relationship he has with his devotees, he actually is infallible. He does it to the highest extent.
He's Bhakt Vatsal.
Yeah, that's what we did last chapter, right? He's Bhakt Vatsal. So these are examples of his being a renunciate, right? And no egoistic person will ever do this. He will never renunciate his wealth. You ask Elon Musk today. He is the CEO of Twitter. He's the he runs Tesla company.
What is Tesla?
Tesla is a car company, and he is a pioneer in electric cars. He has started a company called SpaceX, which is giving competition to NASA. A single individual having so much wealth, you ask him to become your driver, or you ask him to come to your house or accept prasadam, will he do that? No, because he's full of pride, right? But Krishna has no pride. Can you see the difference? There's a huge difference between a businessman, a materialistic person who's got this wealth for this lifetime, and a person who actually owns everything. Who's more wealthy? Krishna is more wealthy, right? But he's still a renunciate. He left the day he was born, he's left his parents. His parents had to transport him to Gokul because of Kamsa, right? So from day one, he's a renunciate. Okay?
Also, I have a question.
Hanji.
That you get proud about some skill you have,
Yeah.
but still आपकी skill decrease थोड़े ना होगी about that.
If Krishna wants to take it away, he'll take it. It is Krishna's mercy that skill आपकी वैसी है, after showing pride also. It is Krishna's mercy.
Can I give an example? जैसे एग्जाम्पल है कि मैं मॉनिटर बना हूँ और मैं प्राइड हो गया हूँ, तो नेक्स्ट डे कृष्णा ने मेरे से कोई शैतानी करवा दी, तो मैम ने बोला यू आर द मॉनिटर और तुम नॉटीनेस कर रहे हो, तो फिर मैम ने मुझे मॉनिटर से हटा दिया, किसी और को बना दिया.
Yes.
तो कृष्णा ऐसे कुछ करा के कर देते हैं हमारा प्राइड ब्रेक.
हाँ, he knows the right timings also. Yeah.
When to do it, why to do it,
Yes.
and
Now.
how to do it.
Yes.
Like, you are performing the best at your, like, say, I'm just, you're a big businessman and you're performing at the best of your career.
Yes.
The time is the best, sales are cheering, and something happens and the whole factory burns out
Yes.
and everything's gone.
True. True. Let's move to the next shloka 2.3.
One page notes.
Yeah. Let's move on to 2.3.
3 pages no.
Another 10 minutes now. फिर हम वो कर लेंगे.
Read the shloka.
O son of Pritha, do not yield to this discarding incompetence. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of heart and arise, O chastiser of the enemy.
Yeah, so here Krishna is addressing Arjuna by two names. Can you find those two names? Pritha. And?
Chastiser of the enemy.
Yes. Pritha, who's Pritha?
Pritha, Parth.
Pritha, who's Pritha? Why is he calling Arjuna Pritha?
Son of Pritha.
Why is he calling?
He said, telling son of Pritha.
So he's son of who?
Pandu.
And Kunti Maharani, right?
Kunti.
So he's calling her Kunti's son. And Kunti, we know Kunti Maharani is the highest devotee, purest devotee of Krishna, right? We have beautiful prayers by Kunti Maharani in Canto 1, right?
Devotees are just Hanumanji and Prahlad Maharaja. They are not the highest devotees.
What I meant was purest. There are many of them. She is also one of them. Okay. So Pritha is basically, Krishna is trying to remind Arjuna that listen, you have a great lineage of, your parents are so aristocratic, your parents are such great devotees. So yeah, so you also do the right thing. Okay. And the second is chastiser of enemies. So chastiser of enemies means, somebody who removes his enemies, who teaches them a lesson. Param tapa, which is called chastiser of enemies. So he's saying, now teach lesson to these atatais. Remember, we discussed 6 points of atatais. Who are atatais?
I wrote them also.
Yeah. So basically he's saying that teach them a lesson. And another thing here in the translation, Prabhupada is saying that give up such petty weakness of heart. What is weakness of heart? What is the Sanskrit word for weakness of heart?
Sanskrit word to nahi pata, but I can explain. Weakness of heart matlab compassion for others.
Weakness of heart, actually there are 4 reasons for weakness of heart. So the first reason is tuch asakti. Basically tuch asakti means attachment for very petty things. Like I'm attached to something which is not so valuable, something which is not so great.
My teddy bear.
Yeah.
Same.
So that's tuch asakti.
No, it's just
But
nice.
attachment to Nandu is not tuch asakti.
Oh, I thought.
Tuch asakti means which is very petty, something which is very petty. For example, attachment to sweets. Yeah. I will not have my rest of my prasadam, but I will make sure that I have all the 4 sweets that are offered.
Petty.
Okay. So any more examples of
I would rather
tuch?
eat sweets than to serve the devotees.
तो जा सकते हैं मेरा टेडी बेयर.
हाँ, teddy bear.
Sweets, prasad.
Dosa.
Sweets which is prasad.
So tuch asakti basically means when you are attached to petty things. Like some people are very attached to the head chair of the dining table. They only want to sit there. Some people are that they want to sit only at the head chair, demonstrating everybody that okay, I am the head of the family, this is my place, only I will. लेकिन ये तुच्छ आसक्ति है ना, this is just a petty attachment that we have. Some people are very attached to the particular toilet in the house. I will only use this. I will not use any other.
Same, yes.
तो
For me.
इसका कोई मतलब नहीं है, right? This is just a weakness of the heart, isn't it? Now the second point in weakness of the heart is kutinati. Kutinati means actually, it is a very funny word, but it's a Sanskrit word. Kutinati actually means to do politics, to have a very duplicit behavior. Yeah, to be very.
The word?
Kutinati.
Kutinati means somebody who's not very straightforward. Like having a very duplicitous behavior. Like बोलना कुछ है, करना कुछ है. I'm saying something, but I don't mean it in my heart. That is actually weakness of the heart. So we have to correct these weaknesses of the heart, which Krishna is pointing out to Arjuna, that don't have these weaknesses of the heart. Okay? First was tuch asakti, attachment to petty things. Second is kutinati, not being straightforward, doing politics. And third is matsarya. Matsarya means having envy for others. Having envy for somebody who's more intelligent than me, more knowledgeable than me. So if I am envious for that person, who has given him this quality of being more knowledgeable, who has given this quality, has come from whom? To that person, Krishna. So indirectly I'm jealous of whom? I'm indirectly envious of Krishna, isn't it? Suppose if I in my heart,
उन्होंने वो knowledge एक reason के लिए दी थी ताकि वो jealous बने वाले।
कृष्णा ने आपको जेलस बनने का कोई रीजन नहीं दिया, वो हम जेलस बन रहे हैं जबरदस्ती के. We can appreciate that quality and try to learn something from that knowledgeable person also. Suppose you know more than me. Suppose you know shlokas more than me and you can recite better than me. Okay, because you are still in the learning phase. Okay, and my ability to learn is not as acute as yours. So I, instead of getting envious, I should ask Govind, can you please teach me how you pronounce these words? What technique do you use? Suppose you are better than me in maths, suppose. Okay? And you can do calculations very fast. So instead of being jealous, oh, you've got better marks than me, I got 2 marks lesser than you, I would want to go to you and ask, Govind, you do these multiplications really fast. The tables are on your fingertips. How much time do you think I should also learn them? How do I learn them? Is there a technique which you would like to share? And you should also try to share it with me. That's how we will not have any jealousy or envy towards each other. We learn from each other, right?
And if you are the good person, then
Mataji, can I give also example?
Yeah, please.
That when in my school my friend gets good marks, I don't get envy, but I ask him कौन सा टोटका करके आता है घर से.
Yeah,
Because every
that is
time
the
he
way.
gets 30 marks.
That is the way to learn.
कौन
See,
सा?
टोटका.
see, envy. What is the spelling of envy? What is it?
ENVY.
मेरे हिसाब से envy का spelling क्या है पता है? You think envy spelling is ENVI? Sorry, ENVY. You know what is my spelling for envy? NV. No vacancy in Golok. If you have envy, there is N stands for no, and V stands for vacancy. No vacancy in Golok Vrindavan for us if we have envy for others. So this is this is the third point. Matsarya.
NVGV.
Yeah, NVGV.
What is it?
Matsarya.
Matsarya.
Okay, so this is a very important point, and we should actually use this. Like our Guru Maharaj's Pranam Mantra. In our Guru Maharaj's Pranam Mantra, the translation says that he never criticizes anybody. He doesn't see any fault in anybody. Okay, so that is how the disciples also have to become. We should not see any fault. We should not envy anybody. We should not be jealous of, if there can be hundreds and thousands of people better than us, because they are all Krishna's energies, right? So we should learn, and especially our devotees, amongst our devotees, there should be a friendliness where we are learning from each other. All of you are good at something or the other. Like today, there was such a great synergy between your kartal, your mridanga, your harmonium, and your singing. There was such a synergy. Nobody was competing with anybody. Everybody was, there was synergy means, together as a whole, you all were trying to please Krishna. And it sounded so well. As a third person who was listening, it sounded so well. Instead of that, if we say we don't want to do kirtan, I don't want to do kirtan, that is not synergy. Synergy is, yes, I want to please Krishna, and I want to please Krishna along with my friends. Along with my friends, not alone. Okay, that makes Krishna happy. Okay, so last point in this weakness of the heart is swa pratishtha, which is basically desire for fame and recognition. Who all have the desire for fame and recognition?
Fame मतलब?
Fame का मतलब?
आप चाहते हो कि you want to become famous.
In Kirtan.
I
So,
openly agree.
sorry?
I openly agree.
You want, yeah, everybody.
I want to be a Kirtan.
Yeah, so everybody wants a fame, and Chaitanya Priya also, she does so beautiful kirtan, and she also is learning Bharatnatyam, so she's also doing so well. You are also doing such nice kirtan.
Who wants to
Recognition for
Yeah,
fame.
recognition for name and fame. Okay, so this recognition usually, again, I'm not talking about devotees. Devotees do not want any name and fame, but people who have material desires, their name and fame is dependent on illusionary things, material things, money, wealth, people talking about you, yeah. So, but devotees don't want name and fame. Arjuna never thought that he's going to get name and fame by fighting the war. He fought for Krishna. Dhruva Maharaj never did that tapasya, meditation in the forest thinking he will get name and fame. He just followed the instructions of Narad Muni.
No, his mother.
Right? Sorry?
His mother.
Yeah, but then his guru was Narad Muni. As Narad Muni instructed, his mother was his first guru. Then he followed his spiritual master, and eventually Krishna's devotees always get name and fame, because that is what Krishna wants, right? But we shouldn't unjustly, we should not just try to keep running after name and fame, right? We should do our duties well, both our duties well, and all that Krishna will take care of, right? So, and the last point in weakness of the heart is not causing violence to other jivas.
So what is it?
So jiva hamsa, we are not going to do jiva himsa. Jiva himsa means no violence to any living entity. Like, let's not some people have this habit of making an ant as a striker, like some people have this habit.
Yes.
The ant is passing by, the person is just sitting, nothing to do, saw an ant passing by, started playing carom with the ant. This is jiva himsa, right? Or I'm just sitting, like I used to do once, sit in the park, start plucking up grass. Arey wo grass ne mera kya bigada, hai na? But I'm just, the jiva himsa this is, and sometimes we do it without even thinking.
So and sometimes हम apple को ऐसे roll करते हैं. हाँ, apple.
Yeah,
But that's already done.
And when we walk, we pluck leaves.
yeah. So this is jiva himsa. So every
Then
action,
इसकी definition क्या है?
जीव हिंसा मतलब we should not do violence to any living entity. Okay, don't cause unnecessary violence to any living entity, because we have to be very careful about our conduct. Whatever we do, it all comes back. Okay, so 5 points on 5 reasons for weakness of the heart. Okay, we'll end today. We'll just finish 2.3 and we'll end. Okay.
How is it going? These weaknesses of heart is